Hello and welcome to our channel, where we distill the wisdom of the world's greatest books into short, powerful summaries. Today, we're diving into a modern classic that has transformed millions of lives. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. If you've ever felt like you're just reacting to life instead of actively designing it, this book is your roadmap. Covey doesn't offer quick fixes. He provides a principle-centered framework for building a life of effectiveness and purpose from the inside out. Let's explore these 7 timeless habits that can help you move from dependence to independence, and finally, to interdependence. The journey begins with what Covey calls the private victory, which involves mastering yourself before you can effectively lead or collaborate with others. This starts with habit 1. Be proactive. This is the foundation of all the other habits. Being proactive means understanding that between stimulus and response, you have the freedom to choose. You are not a victim of your circumstances, your mood, or your upbringing. You are the programmer of your own life. Proactive people take responsibility for their actions and focus their energy on their circle of influence, the things they can actually do something about. In contrast, reactive people blame external factors and waste energy on their circle of concern, things they have no control over, like the weather or politics. Think about it. When something goes wrong, is your first instinct to blame someone else, or to ask, what can I do to make this better? Choosing the proactive path empowers you to write your own story. Next up is habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Imagine attending your own funeral. What would you want people to say about you? What kind of person would you want them to remember? This powerful exercise is the essence of habit 2. It's about defining your personal mission, your values, and your ultimate goals. It is about creating a clear destination, so you can be sure that the steps you're taking every day are in the right direction. Without a clear end in mind, it's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, climbing a ladder only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. By creating a personal mission statement, you define your own version of success. This becomes your personal constitution, the standard by which you measure everything else. Every decision you make can then be guided by the simple question, does this align with my ultimate purpose? With your destination set, we move to habit 3. Put first things first. This is the practical application of the first 2 habits. It's about organizing and executing around your priorities. Covey introduces the famous time management matrix, which divides tasks into 4 quadrants based on urgency and importance. Quadrant 1 is for urgent and important crises. Quadrant 3 is urgent but not important, like many interruptions. Quadrant 4 is for time wasters that are neither urgent nor important. Highly effective people, however, spend most of their time in Quadrant 2, important but not urgent activities. These are the things that truly move the needle in your life. Things like building relationships, long-term planning, exercise, and personal development. They require proactivity and discipline because they aren't screaming for your attention. By saying no to the unimportant and focusing on Quadrant 2, you move from crisis management to living a life of purpose and balance. This is the habit of personal management. Once you've achieved the private victory by mastering these first 3 habits, you're ready to move into the public victory. This is where you shift from self-mastery to effective collaboration with others. It begins with habit 4. Think win-win. Life isn't a zero-sum game. One person's success doesn't have to mean another's failure. Win-win is a mindset that constantly seeks mutual benefit in all human interactions. It's based on the belief that there's plenty for everyone. This contrasts with other paradigms like win-lose, where you succeed at the expense of others, or lose-win, where you act as a doormat. Thinking win-win requires courage to state your needs and consideration for the needs of others. It's about collaboration, not competition. When you approach negotiations or conflicts with a win-win attitude, you build trust and foster long-term, positive relationships, which are far more valuable than any single victory. To achieve a win-win outcome, you first need to master Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is perhaps the most powerful habit for improving interpersonal communication. Most of us don't listen with the intent to understand. We listen with the intent to reply. We're either speaking or preparing to speak, filtering everything through our own experiences and biases. Covey urges us to practice empathetic listening. This means listening with your ears, your eyes, and your heart. It asks about understanding the other person's perspective and feelings deeply and genuinely before you try to make your own point. When people feel truly heard and understood, they become far more open to your influence and willing to engage in collaborative problem solving. This habit single-handedly has the power to resolve conflicts, deepen relationships, and create an environment of mutual respect and trust. With a foundation of mutual understanding, we arrive at Habit 6. Synergize. Synergy is the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It is the magic that happens when people come together with open minds and a win-win attitude to create something that none of them could have created alone. Synergy isn't about compromise, where 1 + 1 = 1.5. It's about creative cooperation, where 1 + 1 can equal 3, 10, or even 100. It values differences in opinion, experience, and perspective, seeing them not as a threat, but as an opportunity. When you combine the proactivity of Habit 1, the vision of Habit 2, the discipline of Habit 3, the collaborative spirit of Habit 4, and the deep understanding of Habit 5, you create the perfect environment for synergy to flourish. This is where new, better solutions are born. Finally, we come to Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. This is the habit of renewal that makes all the others possible. Imagine a woodcutter sawing for hours, becoming less and less effective as the saw dulls. When someone suggests they stop to sharpen it, they reply, "I'm too busy sawing." That's what many of us do. We work so hard that we neglect the very instrument that allows us to work, ourselves. Sharpening the saw means taking time for self-renewal in 4 key dimensions of your life. The physical dimension: exercise, nutrition, and stress management. The spiritual dimension: clarifying your values through meditation, prayer, or connecting with nature. The mental dimension: continually educating yourself by reading, writing, and learning new skills. And the social emotional dimension: investing in your relationships with others. This habit creates an upward spiral of growth, allowing you to continually increase your capacity to live all 7 habits effectively. So there you have it, the 7 habits of highly effective people. It starts with being proactive and taking charge of your life. Then you begin with the end in mind, defining your personal mission. You put first things first, focusing on your highest priorities. From there, you build public victories by thinking win-win, seeking first to understand before making yourself understood, and synergizing with others to achieve greater results. And finally, you continually renew yourself by sharpening the saw. These habits aren't just a set of instructions. They're a holistic framework for personal and professional effectiveness. They invite you to shift your perspective from the outside in to the inside out, creating lasting change by first changing yourself. Which habit will you start practicing today? Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through one of the most influential books of our time. We hope this summary has inspired you to think about your own habits and how you can live a more effective and fulfilling life. If you found this valuable, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more summaries of life-changing books. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.